Hey there, my name is Ariel. Thank you so much for tuning into Able Artswork Virtual Learning Center, and today we're going to be making a bird feeder. What you need for today's video is an old carton. It can either be juice, milk, whatever, as long as it's cleaned out, some paint, a painting palette, a hot glue gun, a water cup, a ball of yarn, a Sharpie, X-Acto blade or knife, some paint brushes, a couple of dowels. You can also get some sticks from outside, or you can use a couple of old pencils, a pair of scissors. You want to start with your carton, a Sharpie, the X-Acto blade or your knife, and the pair of scissors. You're going to start with the Sharpie, and you're going to pick two sides that you want to open up for the birds. And you're gonna draw your entryways. Make sure that you leave room at the bottom, so that way if birds do come and once you pour bird feed in here, they have space to actually, the bird feed doesn't fly away in the wind. So you're gonna draw your openings, and you wanna make it big enough so that a bird can fit, so don't make it too small. You can also go down a little bit lower. It's okay if you mess up this part because we're gonna just cut it out. I like to pick these two sides that are next to each other because I like to give them some wind protection. Once you have completed drawing out the two sides you're gonna cut out, you're going to get your X-Acto blade or your knife, and you're going to do what's called scoring. You're going to get it, and you're going to press down gently, and just as far as it would naturally go, you're going to let it glide. You're not going to force it. You're not going to push harder. Safety first. We want to make sure everyone can do every activity safely. So you're just going to push down gently and follow your lines. And then you're going to come back over it, and you're going to follow that same line again, and it's going to cut a little bit deeper. It's much better to run over the same spot a few times than to try to do it once and possibly get cut. So once it drops down like that, you're good. You can keep going. And if you want, this is when the scissors come in. I like to wait till at least you get two sides done, so that way your scissors have a little bit of wiggle room. You can cut it, and if it's not perfect, that's okay. We can always come back. This is personally why I prefer to use just the X-Acto blade. I think you get a cleaner cut, but whatever you feel more comfortable with ultimately is what you should use. If you have these edges and you want to get rid of them, use your knife and come back and follow your scoring. Just run over the same line gently. Make sure that your fingers are not in the way of the blade. And it should, yep, there it goes. It should pop. Can always clean it up. And there we go. You're going to repeat this process however many sides you would like. I'm going to do 2. Once you cut out both holes, you can cut out 3 if you'd like. I just like to cut out 2, so that way if the wind is blowing from this way or this way, they're still safe and the food isn't blowing everywhere. Next up, we're gonna paint. You can paint with as many or as little colors as you want, totally up to you. I'm using acrylic paints. Once the bird box has been painted, we're going to use the dowels and we're going to draw circles and we're going to stick them in so the birds have somewhere to stand. So you're going to get your dowel or your stick or your pencil. You're going to trace it. You can close your marker, get your knife, and very carefully, little by little, you're going to cut the circle. In little strokes. Again, you're going to be scoring, so you're going to be doing it bit by bit. You don't want to rush the process because we don't want anyone to hurt their fingers. Perfect. You can always rip that last little part out. It should be big enough that it can go through like that. Just like that. Then you're going to want to do another one. But if this one is here, you want to make sure that this one is a little bit higher so that way they don't cross each other. That way they don't cross each other and get stuck. So you're going to do the same process. Next, we're going to use our hot glue gun to hot glue our dowels into the holes, but while we wait for the hot glue gun to heat up, we're going to get our yarn and our string, and we're going to create the little yarn tops that our bird feeder can hang. So you're going to measure out, I would say about the length of your forearm is probably good. You're going to cut that. And then you're gonna repeat this about 5 times. So there should be 6 strings total. 1. Then we're gonna get our strings and we're gonna twist them. Twist them all together so they become one thicker rope. Just like that. Then we're going to be able to glue it here so that way our bird feeder can hang. Once, we're going to set this aside for the moment. We got to check. You don't want to touch the glue gun, you just kind of want to feel near it gently, make sure it's not too hot. You can test by trying to squeeze. If a little bit comes out, that's a good sign. You want to put some hot glue at the edge of your dowel, pencil, stick, whatever you're using. Get some hot glue there. Then you want to go in, straight down, stand. Then you're going to get your hot glue gun, put your finger on top and glue around. Make sure that it stays. And then you're gonna let dry. Once the dowels are in, you're gonna get your hot glue gun. You're gonna squeeze into that little crevice right there, right where everything meets. You're going to get your yarn, twist it up real nice. You can even tie it into a little knot. Get your yarn, twist it up, tie it into a small little knot right at the end. That way you can stick it in. Be very careful, don't burn yourself. You can also use one of your paintbrushes and stick it in. Use something so that way you don't burn yourself. And then repeat. Do this to the other side as well. So make sure that you tie your knot, like so. Get the hot glue gun, point it in that little crevice. Get your yarn, stick it in gently, don't burn yourself. Use another object to push it in there. And then your bird box should be able to hang.